Hey, welcome to the Steele Method Podcast. My name is David Steele. For those who don't know me, I am the author of 2 books. One, a bestseller, The Care and Feeding of Highly Aggressive Salespeople. The other, Sneeze It, Don't Just Say It, Spray It. Very excited to bring you this podcast. It's an experimental podcast that we're going to be doing. This is season 1. We hope to do about 10 to 15 episodes. If it's well received, we'll create season 2. And this is geared towards helping gyms and studios really increase their bottom line and kind of combining sales and marketing together to create like a synergy between the two. And if you've worked with organizations that have 2 distinct functions, you probably know how hard it is to kind of bring those 2 together. I'm going to bring up and talk about some past experiences. I've had several successful exits from companies, and I was carried on to run some of the largest sales teams in the United States, and kind of bring some of that expertise in and some of the marketing that we did and how it all kind of worked together, as well as what we're doing here as Sneeze It. We are doing some phenomenal work as a digital marketing agency for the fitness industry and really learning what works and what doesn't work. I'm going to plan on doing some interviews as well. There are some of our customers that are absolutely killing it and showing what they're doing and what you might be able to apply in your business, and kind of bring in some years of experience on some of the stuff that we've seen in the past as well. With that said, very excited to bring you episode number 3, Secret Shopping Your Club, to understand what it is happening to your lead and customer conversion. So I can't believe already 3 episodes down. Love the responses and what people are telling us is working for them, and kind of questions. And in subsequent episodes, we're going to do some interviews and answer some of these questions. But in discussing with a customer the other day, we were trying to figure out what actually was happening in the sales process and what's going on in the club level. And so in order to really dig down deep, we did something that we do for most of our clients, which was secret shop them. Now, traditionally, secret shopping at retail establishment would mean walking in, seeing what happens, take notes, and kind of come back and give the results of what was happening on the retail floor. But when you're talking about web sales and conversion, secret shopping is a little different. And this is how we do it. First, we set up a Google number that's different than the phone number that they would know that it would come from. And this way, we have a way to track the actual call time and transcribe if they left a voicemail. But we call in, or we actually, in this case, we fill out a lead form, like a free pass. We say, hey, we're interested in a free pass. We fill out like somebody would do it, and we wait to see what happens. We wait to see how long it took for the pass to come to us. We look at how long did it take for somebody to reach out to us, and we find out, what they said when they did so. And the results we find are absolutely phenomenal. We started doing this way back when. I think it was when we first started. I was giving a speech for an association, and I didn't know what I was going to talk about. And so I decided to secret shop like all the members to figure out what am I going to talk about during the association. And this becomes important. So I would call, and then somebody would pick up the phone, and I would ask them, a question, and it'd be like I was talking to somebody who had no idea why I was calling their business, right? I was calling to buy something. And this was back before there was such a thing as Join Online or internet sales. But anyway, the point is I would go to the owner and say, hey, I just secret shopped your organization. This person picked up the phone. This is what they said. And they said to me, well, that person never picks up the phone, right? Or never answers the phone. I said, but he did this time. And so what makes you think it never happened? Now, this is important because we get the same response when we start talking about what happens when we secret shop the gyms that we work with and the clubs that we work with. So things like this happens. We fill out a form, right? Somebody said, we get a pass or we get the information emailed because that's automated, and then nothing, no phone call, nobody ever responds, nothing, right? And maybe even 2 weeks later, we'll see something like, hey, I know you're interested in the club. That is unacceptable. What should happen is as follows, and this is the formulation we use for people to be most successful. If somebody fills out a form online, within about 6 minutes, because studies have shown that that is the big drop-off. Like you depreciation, the number of people that actually you can reach after 6 minutes declines by 50%. So because they've gone to other things and doing other things. So if somebody fills out a form, 6 minutes, you give them the call and you talk to them. And then it's not in a conversation like, hey, I just noticed you downloaded a pass, because they know they did that. It's that, I'm calling you to share my story, why our club is different, why we're different, and what it is you can expect from our organization, and why you're going to be successful when you come to our gym or boutique studio or club or whatever it is. That's the first thing, the initial call. What's also really interesting is then if we don't get a call, we call in. And we call in and say, we're interested in joining the gym. And the first thing they say is, well, come on in. Right? When really we should be gathering the information for that individual and trying to understand what it is they're looking for and why they're calling us. But that's if we're lucky. Sometimes we get put on hold for 30 minutes while they go find somebody to talk to us and forget about us. Or sometimes we'll call early in the morning, right? And there won't be anybody to help us, right? But the gym is open, but nobody really wants to buy a membership early in the morning except for the person that called at that time. What should happen is you should share your story. You got to make people feel they're scared. They're looking at an excuse of not executing on a free pass or coming into their club. They're scared. They have not maybe gone to a gym before. They don't know what they're doing. They don't want to look stupid. Maybe they're overweight. They're not feeling good about themselves. Whatever it is, this is the hardest part. The hardest part of actually working online sales is getting the person to take action and walk through your front door. And we cannot take it for granted just because they filled out a pass that they're going to do that. They filled out a pass because they're in pain and they need to go do something. It's gotten so great, whatever they want to satisfy has gotten so great that they filled out a pass. It's taking it for granted is once they did that they're a customer and they want to join your club. First step. This is why our club is different. This is why we want you to come in. This is why I want to meet you at before that Zumba class, to show you around, and then you can try that Zumba class, get a good feeling, and I'll be there afterwards, kind of make sure everything went okay. And I will tell the instructor before class that there's a new person coming in to join, to keep an eye out for them and actually talk to them, make them feel part of the community. It's everybody's responsibility to close that sale because sales are so vital, right? We only have so many opportunities to sell somebody. Take nothing for chance. When you secret shop your organization and you learn what actually happens, from the differences of how you do it and how you close business to the people that have that have gone and salespeople do it and other people in the organization are doing, and even the Group X instructor that's doing it. Once you understand what actually is happening, you can fix it. One of our core values here at CESA is innovation through process improvement. And that idea is once you know what's happening, once it's documented exactly what's happened, you can make it better. So instead of fighting the secret shopping process, which happens in the case of when I made my first speech and they said, well, that person doesn't answer the phone. I still hear that today. That person doesn't answer the phone. Oh, they don't know what they're doing. They're new here. They're temporary. Oh, the person must be in the bathroom. I'm not sure where that salesperson was at the time. Maybe he was giving a tour to somebody else. Whatever it is, excuses do not sell memberships. So at the end of the day, Secret Shop Your Club, I think we have a form that you can go to, or if you email us, we'll send you something that we use and questions that we look to fill in. But at the end of the day, when you really understand what's going on in your club, you can fix it, you can make it better, you can improve it, and you can impact everything we talked about in episode number 2, which is the gym calculator and how leads and tours and conversions work. You can really make a difference. So very excited to make it past third. I know 3 is kind of the hardest. Looking forward to the one that we produce in a couple of weeks. And thank you very much for watching. My name is David Steele. Really appreciate the opportunity to show you how to increase membership and convert leads into sales. And we'll talk to you soon.